So, hello there. This is Ian here, and I'm going to continue with my talks on spirits of the lower realms. Spirits with lower frequencies or spirits with lower vibrations. Now, I've given you the first talks last week on the role of evil spirits and demons, and we can find out in this life in which you are living, the so-called linear life, three-dimensional life, there are in between the dimensions also spirits. And I grew up in a country where spirits are rife and where you could encounter spirits. So those of you who do not believe in that, it's because you believe one-dimensional or three-dimensional, and you only believe that which you see, and you do not believe that which you do not see. Now, I'm going to give you some accounts in my talk today about the existence of such spirits and how you could also protect yourselves from them. Now, I've often said there is one positive thing that you can protect yourself against spirits or evil spirits if you employ the emotion of love and compassion. Love and compassion drives away all kinds of spirits. But if you dwell in the lower realms of fear, then you will encounter. Now, these talks I'm going to give you of real accounts that happened to me, and so that I'm going to share this with you, and that you will know the true existence of spirits between the realms. Now, when I was a boy, I often encountered strange things. I often encountered things that could not be explained. And I accepted this as a reality for myself, that life is not everything that you see. Life has more than you can see. Now, I will explain to you what happened to me many years ago when I was at university. I was still studying in South Africa, and I had gone out with a young lady. And I remembered those years, the best times to meet was in a car. And so I met her. I took her for a drive because we couldn't meet at her own place because the eyes were always watching you, and it wasn't possible to be alone with any young lady. And I remember that I was in this car with her, and we were driving, and we decided to stop somewhere so that we could, do some chatting or smooching or whatever. But as I was doing this, sitting in the car with her, I was sitting in front of the car. Then I said to her, let us go back. Let us go to the back of the car. And I did that. I went to the back of the car. And we experienced something very, very strange. As we were sitting at the back of the car, I noticed that I was being watched. Yes, sir, I was being watched. From someone in the car, a figure that looked as if it had a black hat on it and was watching us from the front. Now, I first thought that I saw this alone. I wasn't aware of the fact that maybe she could also be seeing us. So what happened? I got such a fright. I looked at her. She said, look, we saw something in the car. There was a man watching us, sitting in front. The apparition of something. Of course, I jumped out of the car. I always had a weapon in the car. I took the car with this weapon, and we ran outside the car, and I started looking outside to see what was that was watching us. But we felt this absolute presence. It was not a very, very pleasant presence that we felt. However, we were so afraid because both of us saw the same thing. Now, two people couldn't be wrong, but we saw at least there was something that was sitting there in front of the car and watching us. And then we realized our first experience with the other world. And in this story that I'm telling you, we were very, very much afraid. However, we decided to go home because we couldn't do anything else at night. And up till this day, this young lady, who is now a mature lady, can still relate the story to you and tell her that we saw something very, very clear and distinct in the car watching us. Thank you so much. And I will let you know in a later video another story, another account. Thanks. Bye for now.